there's big differences between CVs and resumes. I am going to speed through this because you should know this by now. This is a CV. See, there, it says May 1998. There's no real anything else. It's just kind of like a very quick thing. This one is a CV of an experienced physical therapist. Most people have it on one page. This guy has it on two because he's an outstanding physical therapist. This is the CV that you guys should kind of have at this point. I'm going to send you the formatting in a Word document so you have all of this at your fingertips so you can just do whatever you want with it. One thing that I want to just draw your eyes to is over here at the end where it says hobbies and interests. It says running, hiking, skiing kept me fit, and I enjoy relaxing indoors, cooking and reading, but my true excitement lies in lacing up my skates for hockey whenever the ice is available. That gave you emotion, right? You feel the emotion of how excited they are to get on the ice. It's not just a list of bland words. I highly recommend that you do this because when nobody does this, and it's totally acceptable. And if you do it the right way, using the fewest words possible, infusing emotion into it, people will definitely ask you questions about it. Okay. So then the other thing that I want to draw your eyes to is if you guys have experience with research, I have how you can write that onto your CV, even if there's no publications or anything else like that. How you want to structure your own publications if you have them. Use any format. No one really cares. But you want to make sure everything's up on there. And again, I'm going to send this to you guys and a list of all the things that you want to make sure that you can include on it. This one's mine, so it grows as you work. The one that I had when I was applying for fellowships was 2 pages, and it's grown into now 10. It finally made it to 10 pages last week. I have another New England Journal of Medicine article coming out, which I'm super excited about. But that's somewhere on there. It was accepted. It says accepted, but not printed yet. When you're working on we'll skip over this because CV is your professional. You need to make sure it looks professional. Formatting. I have this one that I call a resident version of a CV. I have everything on there for you to then look at, make sure you're not going to be forgetting anything. I think I have committees on there too. So again, jump on a committee, because if you're on a committee, they'll ask you, oh, you're on the ethics committee. Tell me about that. Or, oh, you're on the sepsis committee. Tell me about that. Those are easy things to talk about in interviews. They look good on your applications. It shows that you're dedicated to working in the hospital. If you are applying for a private practice job or any type of pediatrician job, it shows that you're willing to do administrative work outside of just the one thing. And every practice is looking for people that do certain things outside of medicine. So putting those other unique aspects onto it can make you more palatable. In fact, you should ask, what else are you looking for other than just a clinician? Now, if they say just a clinician, fine. But a lot of the time, there may be one other thing. They want someone that speaks a certain language. They want someone who's enjoying quality control type stuff. All right. The stuff that goes in the garbage and not on your CV is any of these observerships. I've seen people applying for jobs where they included observers, not even rotations for medical school, just observerships. Take all that stuff off. Research that you had no part in. I've seen people do that. Take that off. Non-real jobs, right? Like you worked in your uncle's office. Take all that stuff off. You don't want to put anything that really is not contributing to who you are as a doctor. That can be cross-checked. All right. I am going to skip over this, but you will see a example of a job description. You're going to read through that later, and you will see why, 1, it's funny, and 2, how you can make any job sound amazing. There's tons of resources out there for how to look at a CV, okay? So take what I'm saying, take the formats that I have, but then also go and look at these. And I'll also share some other formats to you. There's one from the APP or Pediatric Jobs website. They have a recommendation for how to do a CV. You'll also see that certain institutions have their own way. The institutions, when they want you to do them a specific way, it's so that their HR or their AI can read it really easily. So when they ask you for it a specific way, you always do it a specific way. All right, so 12 most important tips. Accurate name and contact information. No frills, all right? You don't want, you didn't go to, you're not an art major, you're not applying for an artistic job. No frills on the CV. Get rid of all of it. We don't like seeing it. But again, accurate name and contact information, they won't get back to you if you don't have the right stuff. Follow a standard format. It can be any other, what I'm sending to you guys is a standard format. It has everything that's expected. Rewrite job descriptions, previous roles and jobs to make sure they sound the right way. Include committees you're on. We covered that. Take time to write out your hobbies. And again, put it in a nice way. Put it in a beautiful little sentence with emotion. And people will want to ask you about it. And if you really enjoy it, you'll light up on that interview. Get on LinkedIn. I will harp one more time on this later on. Get on LinkedIn and fill the crap out of that thing. People will look you up. You want to make sure that there is plenty of information on the internet that you've controlled, not that other people have controlled. Get your CV reviewed by a bunch of different people. Always have a professional email. So if you don't want to use your downstate one or a Kings County one, those are considered professional, or you have an old school one, that's considered professional. If you want to use like a Gmail or a .me, iCloud, whatever, Yahoo, make sure it's your name or some semblance of your name, and that's it. You don't want to have, I had a friend who had to get up in a meeting and he spelt out his email and had to say, my email is WHOLETTHEDOGSOUT@yahoo.com. And the entire room is laughing hysterically. So you want to make sure that people are laughing with you and not at you. And you have a professional email. Space on the CV is your friend. The more space, you don't want to put tons of space on there, but you want to make it easy to read. When everything's really tight and compact on there, not easy to read. Leave off less flattering achievements at this time. I used to keep on certain things like the Physics Honor Society and Math Honor Society that I was in college. I think I finally took those off, and I probably should have taken them off a while ago, but I was proud of them. And if I got asked about them, I was proud. So I love that stuff. But make sure you take off less flattering achievements that really got you into medical school and you no longer should have on there. And then finally, Google yourself. Make sure you know what people are going to see about you. If you don't think you're going to get Googled by your future employer or the future program, you're crazy. They're looking for stuff on Facebook. They're looking for all this stuff and see if you're professional, right? Facebook, Instagram, they are there to screw you over or promote your business. There's no real in between, okay? So make sure that you either turn off your social media accounts for the next 7 months. You'll survive, I promise. You don't need them, and they can only really hurt you if you don't use them effectively.